Hey everybody, today I wanted to do a video to show you kind of my teacher planner, teacher binder, what I have going on for this year. So I have a binder, I have a planner, I'm using them both. I've had this planner since I first started homeschooling. I like it, it's fine. It may be starting to get a little too small, but anyway, I just thought I'd show you kind of what I have in both, how I have them organized. These are just for homeschool. I do put like non-homeschool related appointments and things like on the calendar in here, but I also have, this is an old Erin Condren, I think it's called the Petite Portfolio maybe? I can't remember, but I have like a meal planner in here, and I do like a kind of a calendar and then some like journaling with pictures and things, and then I have just like a dot grid one in the back. So I use this for a lot of my personal stuff. And then this is school. So I have the School Nest planner. I started one, I think I started using it at the end of last school year, and I used it through the summer to see if it would work for me, and it did. So I bought a new one, and I just had the binding, well, I cut the binding off. I did not do the best job, but it's fine. And then I spiral bound it, I laminated the cover. Again, it's not perfect, but it works. I had some old Erin Condren monthly tabs that I used, and then I just added washi to each of those pages. I don't know why, because I felt like it. I don't like add a ton of stickers usually when in my planners, but for whatever reason I saw this, someone did this online and I liked it, and I had washi that I enjoy, so I did that. I did add our kind of year at a glance schedule that has all of our dates and stuff in it in the front, and then there's some pages that I probably will never use. And then I do use the month at a glance. I just kind of write, you know, important things on here. We have a field trip, our first day of school, we had some doctor's appointments, my husband's days off. And then the weekly spread, I've only done one so far in this new planner because we've just started our school year today actually. And this is so far how I'm using it. Very similar to how I used the one last year. We'll see if this kind of continues. And I'll probably do a plan with me video coming up so you can kind of see more in detail, but I just kind of write our school stuff here, and then some meals and my husband's work schedule along the bottom. And then there is also this page here. I'm not sure yet if or how I'm going to use this. I would like to do some reflections maybe, but this page I'm not sure. I don't really have a use for right now. So if you have any ideas, good ideas for this page, let me know, because I'm not sure what to use that for, but this has been working well for me. So that's kind of what that looks like. You have the month at a glance, you have this the monthly page and this little scheduling page, and then your weekly plan for the rest of the month. So that's how I'm using that, and that's how I'm doing the bulk of our planning. So like here I wrote kind of the things we're doing together in the morning, and then this may change. I just wrote a spot for each of my kids' independent, or it's not really independent, individual work, because I write more detail on that in their planners, which actually I can show you. My son's planner, my daughter's is too far for me to reach, but it's the same planner, just a different cover. So for his planner, I got this off of Amazon. I will link it down below for you, but his, I just marked when we are off school, and I marked our first day and our last day. And then, so for his, and my daughter's is the same way. I wrote the subjects in the order that we're doing them. I did come up kind of with a flow and schedule, and I'll show you that in a minute. And then I just made boxes next to them so he can check. Oh, he did this. He forgot to check it off. so that he can check them off. And I'm trying to get away this year from putting little post-it tabs on every section for every day of the week that they have to do, because one, I'm tired of those little post-it notes being all over my kitchen, and two, I'm just tired of doing it. So this was kind of a test this week to see how this goes, where I'm just writing the assignment in here and they have to go find it in their book. It went okay today, but I was sitting right here the whole time, but they didn't really need my help with it for the most part. So and then anything highlighted in yellow is something that he has to do with me. So math was done with me today. I like to do the first day of the week of Fix It Grammar with them. And that's all he had with me today. My daughters had others, but that's just a reminder to him that this he's gonna do one-on-one with me. So because I put all that detail in their schedule, I didn't put it in mine. And we'll see, I still kind of maybe want a record of it in here. So I'm still kind of thinking of some other things I might try for that. And then we still have our read aloud to do. I'm just writing that in here, just really because I like to check things off that I did them. That just really helps me. And we're not doing this till this evening, so I'll be able to check that off. And then like here, I just wrote, we're gonna be playing a new game at the end of school every day. And so that was just to remind me of that. And then I just down here, because I had space, I wrote our first, it was supposed to be first day activities. I changed it to first week activities because I realized I have this really bad habit of planning way too much for the first day of school. And then it ends up being really stressful because we have all this plus our full load. So I did this way so that I can sprinkle some of these activities in throughout the week and make it more manageable. So anyway, that's what my kind of planner looks like. And then I also have my homeschool binder. In here, I have this pouch. I actually just got this from Target. It's a Vera Bradley, and it was on like clearance or something for $10. It's normally like $30, which, hello, is ridiculous. But I really like Vera Bradley, and so I feel like $10 is a lot for a pencil pouch, but it's not a lot for a Vera Bradley pencil pouch. So in here, I just am keeping just my friction pens and a highlighter because that's all I use in my planner. So, and I have to reference this a lot when I'm doing my planning. I could have put a lot of these pages in my planner, but it would have made my planner way too thick, and I don't want to be constantly flipping back and forth in my planner to like look at this and then go forward to the page I'm writing in. So here I can have this sitting and then my planner next to it. So anyway, I have our year at a glance. This whole section is schedules. This is kind of our daily schedule that I'm still kind of like, you can see I'm writing on here. We tested this out today. It actually worked pretty well for the most part. But I kind of just try to kind of group things together. So one, so that I know when I'm needed for something, I know that the other kid has something to do that doesn't need me. So I kind of put our group work. We're not doing very much group work at all. Most of our group work is on Friday. And on the daily basis, we just have a couple little things that we're doing. I actually added something else. I already have to update this. So I'm just taking this first week of school to make notes on here, and then I'll update it and print it out again. But so anything in yellow is something that they need me for. So when my daughter's doing math with me, my son's doing science mom because he doesn't need that for me. And then the next section, when my daughter is done with math, she's doing science, and then my son's doing math with me. Then we have a break. I decided today that I'm not going to differentiate between a brain break and a lunch break because depending on how long some of these go, it may be close to lunch when we're done with these, and we may just take another break later. So anyway, I'm just going to put break for both of those. But then we do kind of our language arts chunks, Fix It Grammar, vocabulary, literature for both of them. Then a break. And then when I'm doing structure and style with my daughter, I only do it with her the first day, and then the rest of the week she's kind of on her own. But while I'm doing that with her, my son's doing his social studies and his cursive, and then I'm doing life skills, which this year is learning how to learn. We're working through that book. While I'm doing that with her, my son is doing piano, and then she has to do typing. But anyway, this just helped me. Like, I was really struggling with how to lay this year out and figuring out a flow. And so this really kind of helped my brain. And like I said, I'm going to have to tweak it, but anyway, that's what that is. That's one of the schedules in there, and I did have to reference this a lot today. And then I still have this. This is just so that I know what subjects each kid has to do each day. And then I think I showed this in our scheduling video. This is our family subjects broken out by week so that I know that we have time to do everything. And then I ended up moving our read alouds to a separate chart because we're going to do both of these in the evening, not during the day when we do our group subjects. So that's that one. And then I made a schedule for my 7th grader's biology. She's doing Science Mom Biology 1 and Biology 2. And I've added in some other things. So Science Mom gives you a schedule. Let me see if I can find the one for my son. So like this is the one for chemistry, and I just went through and marked it. But for her, because I was combining both biologies plus some other projects, I just remade the whole thing. So I have this in here so I can reference it. If I highlight it in yellow, it means she needs something from me, like a supply or something else. So I just went through and did that for the whole year. I have that in here, and then the like supply list. I made a similar schedule for Lightning Literature, what week it is, what reader they're using, what the lessons are that they're covering, and then what the composition assignment is. And we're not going to be doing all of the composition, so I went through and X'd out the ones that we're gonna skip. Again, just so when I'm doing my planning, I have that. Same thing with my son's schedule for chemistry and the supply list. I purchased the Lit House Learning Ancient History plans. I'm not sure that we're gonna use all of them, but this is kind of her schedule, so I have that here to reference when I'm planning my son's week for ancient history. And then I also have the chart in here for Lit House Learning for their writing that goes along with ancient history, so I know basically this lays it out depending on which history program you're using, what activity page goes with like which chapter. So I need to reference that when I'm planning the week. What else do I have in here? These are just some charts to keep track of writing revolution skills, these social justice standards that I like to reference. And then I have a section here called Future and Planning. I have kind of my middle school plans for the kids and like high school plans. I've got just some forms that I think I want to use as I plan high school, and some ideas I have for different things in high school. And then that's it. And then in the back, in these pouches, I just shared these recently in a haul. These are things I'm using for different group subjects with the kids. So what's in this pouch here right now, that was loud, is what I need to do our game logic unit on Friday. This is for our election unit on Friday. This is a preposition pack that I want to use with them during grammar time this year. And then some other things I have for later in the year. So those are easy for me to find when I'm doing my planning. So that is pretty much my setup for organizing all of the teacher stuff for planning and all of that I need for our homeschool. So, and I guess a little peek at our updated schedule as well. So hopefully that was helpful. If you have any questions, just leave them down in the comments.